What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Evan King, and we back. What the fuck? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Evan King, and we back with another one. I found myself another one, man. I was gonna watch this joint solo dolo, and just the first 15 clips already caught my attention. So I'm like, you know what? Let's upload it to the channel. Let's invite an audience. So let's all watch this together. This is Kaitlin Bennett completely owns Biden supporters. If you're a Biden supporter, you might just want to look away because it's not looking pretty good for your boy. Anyways, please like, comment, and subscribe. You know the routine. Your boy's consistent. Let's get right to it.
For Trump?
Yep.
White supremacist.
How? How can you say that?
How can I say if you vote for Donald Trump, you're a white supremacist?
How?
How? Because you support that man in office.
That's not an argument. I'm gonna need proof that makes me a white supremacist. You're gonna have to break down the argument.
It's not my job to say that.
You just accused me of being a white supremacist. You should be able to back that up.
Now, listen. If you're listening to this woman's explanation, if you are a Trump supporter, that automatically makes you a white supremacist. Come on, man. Like, an Olympian can make that leap. An Olympian. Like, that's such a reach.
Are you voting for Donald Trump?
I sure am.
That's my proof.
Are you voting for Joe Biden?
Yes, I am.
Then you're a pedophile.
No.
Yes, you
Trump's
are.
a pedophile.
You're a pedophile. How? You like to sniff kids.
Yo, Kaitlin be wildin'. She did not just say you like to sniff kids. Yo.
Can you say Black Lives Matter without saying All Lives Matter?
I will not say Black Lives Matter. No, it's a communist organization that wants to destroy the nuclear family. They have said they want to tear down statues of Jesus, and I don't agree with that. So no, I will not chant the chants from a communist organization.
You're saying you don't believe Black Lives Matter?
Shit.
I do not like the organization, and they have corrupted that phrase, and I will not say it. No.
Now here's the thing. I've always kind of been like a supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement, only because of what the title represents. But honestly, and if I'm being completely objective, I don't know who necessarily runs the operation, and some of the stuff that I've seen in articles and newsletters about the people funding the organization, the people that are making money off of the Black Lives Matter movement, have been being like real selfish in terms of how they're spending their money. And a lot of these folks that are operating this BLM movement are living lavishly off the fact that, black people are dying out here, So the message sounds good, but everything behind it hasn't quite been squeaky clean.
Will you say white lives matter?
No.
Well, why not?
Because white lives are not the ones who are being killed in the streets.
Black lives are not either. You know who's killing black people? Other black people. How many unarmed black men were killed last year by the police?
I'm not playing your games.
How many?
I'm not playing your games.
Well, these are numbers. These are. I mean.
They're black, though.
I'm sorry.
They're not being killed because they're black. Black crime is just crime. I don't know why you're grouping it together.
It's not the same as a police officer who's sworn to protect people.
And then killing
Murdering you in the streets.
How
you
many?
Scream, I can't breathe. It doesn't matter.
How many?
It shouldn't be one.
I don't think it necessarily matters. Like, she has a point. It shouldn't even be one. The numbers doesn't really matter. I'm trying to see where Kaitlin is going with this, but the amount of black people that officers kill per year is irrelevant. The whole point is you're killing unarmed black men, and this shit needs to stop. So, my 2 cents.
How many?
It shouldn't be one.
I agree with you, but if you think it's a real
Okay.
big issue in this country, you should be able to tell me how many.
What is it? 1,000 this year? I don't know.
It wasn't even 1,000 last year. It was 9.
9? 9 too many.
Shit.
I agree with you. But how are we supposed to wreck our country over something that isn't statistically an issue? If we want to talk about Black Lives Mattering, should we not care about the 400,000 plus unarmed black babies in the womb that are just destroyed and terminated?
You know why we shouldn't? Because that's not the same issue.
400,000 black people are
400,000.
murdered every year.
400,000. Are you saying abortions?
That's murder, yes.
No.
It's not. What is it?
It's a woman's right to choose is what it is.
Right to choose to murder a black person. I thought you were against.
Holy shit. Yo, is Kaitlin reaching? Because they say, like, what's the term? Like the fetus isn't really a fetus until, like, it's like, what, 4 or 5 months? So technically it's not considered murder because nothing is really quite developed yet. But let's be honest, if a pregnant woman does absolutely nothing to her stomach during the course of pregnancy, she will develop a child. So if she chooses not to do anything, it inevitably will be a life. But is that injustice though? I gotta see her point.
Black people being killed. That's the #1 killer of black people in this country. Abortion. 400,000 Americans, black Americans, are wiped out. They will never exist anymore. Their DNA is gone forever because of abortion. We are eliminating their chance to even, you know who can't breathe? You want to say, oh, I can't breathe? Unarmed black babies in the womb cannot breathe.
They don't have lungs, first of all.
Oh, they don't have lungs in the womb.
Not at the ages that they're being murdered.
Tell me the ages.
Supposedly. What is it, up to 20 weeks?
Sound like that, right?
20-week-old baby, or 20-week baby doesn't have lungs developing. What makes a person a person? What makes a black person a person?
I don't know how this has to do with...
You want me to say Black Lives Matter? Unborn
yes,
Black Lives Matter. Unborn Black Lives Matter. They matter. You want to talk about systemic oppression and racism in this country? Look at Planned Parenthood. Look at the abortion industry. 400,000 guys.
That's
400,000.
That's not murder.
I get what she's saying. Like, we're screaming Black Lives Matter because cops are out here killing unarmed black men. But she's saying there's only 9 people that have died as a result of this whole BLM movement, compared to the 400,000 kids that are, well, potential kids that are being aborted annually. Gosh, I've never heard that argument being made. If those are the numbers, that's a problem. If those are actually the numbers, because I don't have the facts in front of me, but I know the abortion rate has gone through the roof, and, you know, obviously with the new laws being implemented now that's trying to curb abortions is wild, because it's like now you're taking the power away from women. But 400,000, if those numbers are accurate, that is a boatload of lives that aren't even being given a chance. If you're listening to Kaitlin's argument, of course. So.
What if we prevent someone
choosing to change to do what she wants with her body? Do you think that you should not have privacy with your doctor? That your doctor should be able to go out and tell you, like, everyone what you're doing with your body?
Does that life inside that woman have privacy to be able to actually live?
That's not what I asked. Should your doctor be able to go around telling people what you're doing with your body?
That is not the abortion case.
It is the
No, it's not.
It is literally the abortion case.
That pizza look good.
No, it is.
Who goes around arguing against abortion because your doctors might say it? That's not an argument. That's not what's happening.
That is. You have the
Do you
right
think it's
with your
wrong?
doctor.
So when do we cut off abortion? What week?
That's not my choice to make. But
People's lives are ending, and you don't have an opinion about when we shouldn't kill them?
People's lives are ending on the street, and you could give a shit because you don't want to say Black Lives Matter, because you don't want to make change within the police systems.
Did I say that? You didn't ask me about the police system. I'm asking you if you care about black lives. 400,000. Guys, 400,000 black babies every year terminated, gone.
That's not the issue.
Does that bother you?
That women get abortions?
Does it bother you that
That women get
400,000
abortions.
black people are murdered every year, don't even get a chance to breathe?
No.
It doesn't bother you.
It puts them in a tough bind, because especially as women, and it's like they're sitting here advocating for the right for women to have the free choice to have abortions. They're really not even trying to make this argument, but Kaitlin is dominating the conversation, and she comes with these facts, and it's like she's cornering them. She's cornering them into this conversation. You keep trying to talk about BLM and everything that they're trying to represent, but the real issue is abortions. 400,000 is a lot, man.
It does not bother
You
me that
chant
people
Black
get
Lives
abortions.
Matter.
Yes, I do.
But you don't care about unborn black people.
But I don't care about women getting abortions because they have the right to choose freely what they want to do with
changing
their
the
body.
narrative.
It's not their body anymore.
It is their body.
Is it their DNA? Oh, okay. Let me ask. Does a pregnant woman have 4 arms or 20 toes? Yes or no?
She has 2 arms and 10 toes.
And she carries someone else's body with another 2 arms, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So you acknowledge it is a person in there.
It is
a
something else
body.
inside of her. Yeah, it is.
What is it?
Got
It
him.
is a fetus inside of her.
Fetus
Got
of?
him.
What?
Right now, she's playing Kaitlin's game. Kaitlin has completely dominated the whole conversation to get them to recognize the point that she's trying to make. And right now, once you start to agree with someone you really want to disagree with, you're playing their game. This is chess. This is chess. Does she have a point? Quite possibly. Like, the abortion rates obviously have been through the roof over the years. I don't know the exact numbers, but just the fact that she just admitted that that's a fetus, then you're admitting to the fact that it's murder. Even though it's really not, but I mean, come on, like, we know what happens when you get pregnant now. Like, 9 months, we know what happens.
A fetus of what?
There you go.
I don't know what
A
you're getting
hamburger, a plant, a statue? It's a fetus of a human being, and they matter. They don't even get a chance to breathe. You guys chant, I can't breathe in the streets.
I don't know how you
but
can say.
You're trying to get
to
loud.
make the issue abortion.
Well, see, this is what they do when we have a conversation, well, rather a debate. They get very loud so that the people around them will look and be like, oh yeah, she's so progressive. She loves black people. But you won't tell these people that you support murdering 400,000 black people.
I support a woman's right to choose.
Tell them exactly what it is.
I support a woman's right to choose what she wants to do with her body, including abortion.
You weren't very loud then, were you?
I support a woman's right to choose.
Choose to do what?
To abort a fetus.
A person, a human.
You seen that, right? She was about to say child. She was about to say child, but she recanted a little bit and thought about it. Kaitlin has her.
Her mind is not going to get changed. I think that's very just wacky of you guys to sit here. Black Lives Matter. Hold on, Black Lives Matter. But by God, we want to talk. We want to talk about actual black people dying.
No, you want to talk about something that isn't of the issue right now. You want to make something that's not the issue to avoid the fact that you have no reason that you cannot say Black Lives Matter.
I just told you, it's a communist organization. They literally claim. No, there is no outside of that. They took. Have you ever watched interviews from their leaders?
No.
The leaders of Black Lives Matter?
Yes. Have you watched any interviews from them?
I've seen the protests.
Have you watched any interviews from Black Lives Matter leaders?
Who are the leaders that
Who are the
you're
leaders
interviewing?
are you talking about?
There was a woman.
Even if she said the name of the actual leaders, they still wouldn't know who she's talking about. It's a simple question. Have you watched them? Have you? The answer is no. Like, she has them against the ropes right now. It's not looking good.
On CNN, she's a Black Lives Matter leader. She said, we are trained Marxists. Sean King is a Black Lives Matter leader. He said, we want to destroy the nuclear family. They have it on their website. They don't mention black fathers. Black fathers are not mentioned in there, but guess what? Black women are mentioned before black fathers.
What?
Listen.
They talk about
listen.
one black person before another.
Listen.
Yes.
The most important thing that a black person could experience is a nuclear family. If we take the father out of their homes, the odds of them committing crime and going into prison skyrockets. Why then is Black Lives Matter promoting the destruction of the nuclear family? That's the best thing that could happen for a black person.
Black Lives
is
Matter
a nuclear
is promoting
family.
Change in the police system so that black people stop dying at higher rates than others in the streets.
Is that true?
Yes.
Why? Tell me the statistics. Give it to me. Break it down to me. You got all the answers.
Black communities are over-policed.
Why?
Period. Why? Because
Because they're 13% of the population and they commit 55% of violent crime.
Their communities are over-policed.
Why?
Racism? What the f*** you want me to say?
I want you to give me statistics of the amount of crime they commit.
It's not my job. It's your job to have the statistics.
I do have it. 6% of the population are black men. They commit 50% of all murders in this country. Should we not be policing the communities in which people are being murdered?
Go police white communities at higher rates and you'll find more crime. But you don't. You go into these black communities looking for crime.
Give me statistics.
I don't have the statistics.
Exactly. You don't have the statistics, but I do. I'm going to end this conversation because I have other people to move on to. Thank you for coming up to me and giving this great interview. I appreciate it. You can find it on Liberty Hangout, YouTube, Facebook. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell.
Hey,
you're so cool and progressive.
I am so cool and progressive. Yeah. And if you can't say Black Lives Matter,
her sarcasm be killing me. She has somewhat of a point. God, it's so hard to argue with someone that lives off of facts and information. You could tell to a certain degree she's a little desensitized to the point of what these two ladies are kind of really trying to say. Like, she's not really hearing them. It's like, all right, cool, this is happening, but it's not happening at like such an alarming rate over the real issue, which is abortions. And it's like BLM is not focusing on abortions and true Black Lives Matter. They're focusing on, I guess, an agenda or what's hot or what's trendy, which is obviously unarmed black people getting killed annually by police officers. It's a tough argument, man. It's a tough argument to be had.
Thank you.
Too.
Thank you. Are you voting
what?
For Trump?
Yep.
Hold on. Hold on. How'd we get there, son? How'd we get there?
Too.
Thank you. Are you voting for Trump?
Shorty said fuck you. Kaitlin said fuck you back. Are you voting for Trump? What? Just
white supremacist.
How? How can you say that?
How can I say if you vote for Donald Trump, you're a white supremacist?
How?
How? Because you support that man in office.
That's not an argument. I'm gonna need proof that makes me a white supremacist. You're gonna have to break down the argument.
It's not my job to say that.
You just accused me of being a white supremacist. You should be able to back that up.
Are you voting for Donald Trump?
I sure am.
That's my proof. It speaks for itself.
This is what's going.
If you vote for someone that automatically makes you a white supremacist, I mean, God, I'm not the biggest fan of, the former POTUS, but come on now, that's a bit of a reach. I know black people who voted for Trump who aren't a part of white supremacy. Like, emotions are running wild.
On in our country, guys. I mean, I honestly don't know how else to explain what's going
why aren't
on.
you wearing a mask?
Because I don't want to. Why don't you call the cops on me? You want to? Okay, then they have a problem with the police,
Why
but
is she
then
poking
they're
him?
mad at me because I'm not wearing a mask. Guess who would enforce that? Guess who would enforce you wearing a mask? The cops. The cops that you guys hate so much.
Who said I hated cops?
We know you do. Okay, very cool. This is what's being taught in the schools. I don't know. You guys probably get your opinions from Twitter, which is pathetic. These are the people that tell you you're. These are the people going out there filming people, getting people fired, calling them racist because they support Donald Trump. I know.
For their actions.
You just called me a white supremacist because I cast a vote.
Trump?
Are you voting for Joe Biden?
Yes, I am.
Then you're a pedophile.
No.
Yes, you
Trump's
are.
a pedophile.
You're a pedophile.
How?
You like to sniff kids.
What the f are you talking about?
Exactly. What the f are you talking about, dude? Yeah. All right. I'm ending this. I'm not gonna be around someone.
If I knew I was wrong.
Well, then prove that I'm wrong.
I don't have to. I don't have to do this game with you.
Okay. Thank you for coming up to me and giving this content, though. I have been 4 months in quarantine. Oh, no, really not quarantine. Everything's shut down.
So worried about
but
mask in public.
it's amazing. I come out here. These people just walk up to me. I have been craving this type of interaction.
She got black
It's
security
amazing.
guards.
You harassing people on the streets and asking them questions that you know are so stupid.
Hey, I don't know. My security guards are black. Am I a white supremacist? Am I a white supremacist?
No,
Would you protect a white supremacist?
I'll protect whoever I gotta protect.
Okay, well, there we go. I don't know. He's more
You.
progressive than you. So have a good day fighting for the great causes and communism, destroying the nuclear family, tearing down statues of Jesus.
make the problem
They're so
living.
good. Anyway,
Oh my God, yo. She just tore them a new one with every point that she made. And this is the thing. Whenever you want to pick a side, and I get there's a lot of emotions caught up in everything that's going around nowadays, especially with everybody coming out of the whole coronavirus. Everybody's emotions at an all-time high. We're constantly in our feelings. When you pick a side, you have to understand you have to back that up with facts. You have to know what you're backing up, And there's a lot of people that support all sides, whether it's Democrats, BLM, Republicans. You just got to know the information you're talking about. You cannot call her a white supremacist because she supports Trump. That's such a reach. That's why she hit you with the dose of your same medicine, and she was stuck on stupid. She was literally like, yo, if you're a Joe Biden supporter, you're a pedophile. And she was just like, no. Well, that's how you sound saying the same thing. So when people play the same game as you, you don't know how to retaliate. God, like, what do you say to that? What do you say to that? I absolutely get the point that Kaitlin is trying to make. Please leave a comment in the comment section below on your opinion about this whole conversation. Where do you side when it comes to abortions and the BLM movement and everything else? I'll be sure to check it out. Appreciate you guys for rocking out. It's your boy Evan King. This is Gabos Reacts. And of course, Mamba out. Peace.